Hello and welcome to the Manifest to Live Life Golden Show. This is season 2, episode 14. I've missed you all. I actually, for the first time in a really long time, I missed last week and I apologize. A lot of things going on here at the hub. I have my Golden Hour show. If you've not watched the Golden Hour, you can catch it on my YouTube channel on the live section. I've had some amazing guests. Now, with guests, I've done a lot of interviewing with people, so I've been extremely, extremely busy. But that's not my reason or my excuse for not putting out a show last week. The reason is because of the energy field, because of what I've been feeling in the energy field and the intensity of energy that was going on for me that actually created some physical symptoms. So I'm going to go over that energy field, what it means for you, and how to actually navigate it in the most optimal way possible. Because there are people right now who are in a high frequency and they will be able to navigate these things much more easily. But for most of us, now I am very much a high frequency person. I spend most of my life in high frequency. But one of the things that I've been experiencing is some low level energies that are asking to be cleared. So anytime that we're experiencing physical symptoms, whether it be sickness, illness, physical pain in the body, headaches, having trouble sleeping, needing to sleep more, all of those things are energetic components of the frequency that we experience as humans on this earth plane. With that said, I'm going to introduce a concept to you that you maybe have never heard before. It's called the Schumann Resonance. And I'm going to read some history of the Schumann Resonance so you can get an overall picture for what it is. And I Googled it. I'm not making this stuff up. I just want you to know where I get it from. So I was very interested in the history of it. I've known about the Schumann resonance for quite a few years. I've paid attention to the spikes in the energy field for the basis really of wanting to understand what was going on in my own life experience when I get these surges of energies or these drops of energies, or I'm feeling like clearing is taking place. So the Schumann resonance is basically the heartbeat of the earth. It's the frequency of the earth. It is named after the physicist Winifred Otto Schumann, who mathematically predicted its existence in 1952. So this goes back to 1952. It refers to the natural frequency resonances of the Earth's atmosphere, specifically those lying in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field spectrum. These frequencies primarily are at a 7.83 hertz. They're generated and excited by electrical charge discharges, which is lightning, within the cavity formed by the Earth's surface in the ionosphere. The resonance acts like a global heartbeat, underpinning life's evolutionary structures and cycles with fascinating ties to human consciousness and well-being. And, all this science, like I dived into it a little bit for you, all the science of it, really the only thing you need to know is there are energies and frequencies going on in the Earth's field that affect us. Now, how is that helpful? It's helpful because we can understand this at a different level when we are working with our own energy fields and what is happening. And then we can actually create more optimal results from knowing about this, from knowing that there is a frequency to the earth and we can tune into the releasing part of it so that we can up level and become more. A growing body of research suggests a link between the Schumann resonance and the human health and consciousness. Our brainwaves and nervous systems operate at similar frequencies as the Schumann resonance, suggesting a tuning to the Earth's natural rhythms. For instance, the fundamental Schumann frequency of 7.83 aligns closely with the border between the theta and alpha brainwave frequencies, often associated with relaxation, meditation, and creativity. Disturbances in the Schumann resonance due to factors like geomagnetic storms may disrupt this biological process, affecting our health and mental state. So if you've been feeling this recently, and this is interesting. So my understanding was that the Schumann went dark for a little bit. And then when it came back online, they do this like in Russia, they keep track of the charting of it. it went dark. And when it came back online, the frequency was a huge spike. There was a huge spike in the frequency. Now, I've read several things. Some are saying this was just a glitch in their systems. But for me, so what do we believe, right? We read these things online. What do we believe? This is the way I really tune into like what's true for me and what is happening with me, right? Like we only know by how we feel. So I would say that it wasn't a hoax. Like some people are saying it was a hoax. What I would say is there was definitely something happening in the energy field because I was seeing it everywhere with my friends, my family, myself. I could feel the energy. The energy got super dense. I felt like I'm just going to tell you what was happening. Okay, so Thursday, this shit was just hitting the fan. Like things were just not going my way. I've been way too busy to pay attention to my self-care. My back has been, it's not my back, it's actually my psoas has been extremely tight, which has pulled everything out. I've basically been like crooked. My whole structure in my body has been messed with. And so it's really hard to sit. It's really hard to stand. It's really hard to walk. I'm in a lot of pain and it's dissipating. It's definitely dissipating. I've been doing all the right things. It's funny. It's really funny. And maybe you can resonate with this, how pain will make us actually do the things that we know we should be doing all along. It will actually wake us up to like, why do I have to wait for back pain to decide that I'm going to go for a nature walk? I don't know. I don't know. It's the human condition, but I want to be one who is not creating from chaos, right? That's creating from chaos. That's creating from a pain point. I want to be creating from my power. So I started walking again. Feels great. I started doing yoga again. I did some yochi the other day. That's the girl is, look for yochi on YouTube. It's YOQI. She does like a yoga tai chi thing and she helps you open up your meridians and open up your energy field. So I definitely felt like I'd stuck energy. So I did that on Saturday. Saturday, I just kind of took the day off and I wasn't really doing work, which I have been doing. So be careful. We're supposed to be balanced. We're supposed to be allowing the energies to flow instead of pushing and trying to make it happen, which is definitely what I've been doing. So recognizing that everything that's going on with you energetically, and that's sickness, that's pain in your body, that's depression, that's your mental state, all of it is involved with what you are needing to release. Anytime you have pain or sickness, you are releasing a low vibrational energy from your body. Now, we understand, from the medical perspective that things that are going on are from germs. We caught them from people, but this is the reality. No illness can enter your body. No sickness can enter your body without you being in a frequency to that sickness. So when it comes in, it means that you are at that low level frequency and it's giving you an opportunity to release those low level frequencies and to become more. You never feel happier or more joy after a sickness, right? Or like yesterday, my back was feeling better. My husband and I were going for a walk and I was like feeling on top of the world because I've been like literally just feeling so much pain and my pain was dissipating. So I was feeling joy. So guess what that does? That puts you in a higher frequency. So after you're in those low level frequencies, you actually have more of an opportunity to be in the higher frequencies. Think of it like a trampoline. Like the further you go down on a trampoline, the higher you will go in the air. So that's what the challenges and the contrasts are giving you. They're giving you an opportunity to be at a higher level after you navigate it. So anytime you're feeling the sickness, the pain, it's energetic. It's always emotional and energetic. So I've had to really dive deep, and I'm extremely blessed to have a husband who will sit down with me and help me brainstorm and help me figure out what's not working in my life because I have been working so hard. I have lost the joy of what I'm doing. And I don't want to do that because that's what I teach. I teach people how to live in joy. So if I'm not living in joy, I've got to make some changes. I've got to do some things. So the golden hour, things may change. Things are definitely going to change with the golden hour and the way that I've been experiencing that and what I've been putting out. So stay tuned. And if you haven't caught the golden hour, look for it live on my YouTube channel at Manifest to Live Life Golden, or you can find it on E360 TV, which is an app that you can simply get for your television or your phone. Look for the Achieve TV network, and then my show, The Golden Hour, is on that. I'm bringing just cool new stuff, people, amazing people. But the base is that I want to create more creative endeavors. I realized the other day that I've been doing so much with so many people that I'm not necessarily allowing my own creativity to bloom anymore. And that's something that really fuels my joy. So pay attention to that. If you're doing so much that you're not spending time in creativity, it's time to make some changes. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms that you may be having recently. Okay. Body pains, headaches, you could be throwing your back out. You could have a lot of tight muscles and tension, unreasonable worry, confusion, big one, tiredness, having trouble sleeping, can't get enough sleep, or the energy is not flowing. These are just some of the symptoms. Yours may be a little bit different. They're all of a result of not being in the higher frequencies or just needing to release something that's on the lower level. So recognizing that and understanding that the Schumann resonance does have some ability to create this for you. Why is that? Like, what, spiritually speaking, I can't talk scientifically why this is. I mean, it has to do with lightning. I realize that has to do with geostorms and earthquakes and all of that, because it's like the electronic magnetic field around the outside of the earth. But spiritually speaking, we need energy to release to become more. We need the energetic. That's why you cry. You cry to release energy, to release low vibe emotions in your body. That's why we scream when we get mad. It's letting energy out of our body that is creating dissonance within the body or dis-ease within the body. So if we want to positively affect our mental being while we're getting into this Schumann resonance, is paying attention. First of all, it's paying attention to how you feel, right? As soon as I started to feel like, what is going on? So Thursday things went haywire. And then, just silly stuff, right? Like, my daughter was mad at me. She was texting me. I went to a nail appointment with a friend. They messed up her nails. We ended up at the nail salon for 3 hours. Just like little things where you're just like, okay, what's going on? Because things are not working out. Going into Friday, which is my fun Friday, you all know, so many things happened on Fun Friday. Like, everything was just hitting me, and things were not working. I couldn't find parking. I couldn't make a decision. It was like all this confusion. And I was lucky enough to be with my Fun Friday friend who's really good at just like not letting things bog her down. In fact, we were walking into Whole Foods and she had me wiping my body. You can wipe your body, like if you crisscross it and you just kind of like wipe your energy field, that can be helpful. And it actually shifted right after that. So we finally found like a great place to eat, and we finally got ourselves to the beach, and the sun was shining and the day was like saved. And it was amazing. But I'm like, what was that leading up to that created so much angst in my system that wasn't allowing the energy to flow? And it was part of the energy field being very dense, but it was also me and the energy that I'm putting out. So recognize that you are sending out frequencies. You are sending out signals all the time. My signal of late last week was overwhelmment, fatigue, working really hard, working constantly, not allowing myself to really see the preciousness of life, forgetting about gratitude, and just being in that complaining, vicious cycle of not liking what I'm doing. If that's you, you can take your power back. You can absolutely do it, but you have to release these low level energies. So one thing, here's a couple things you can do. Okay. Stuck. Yeah. So if you're getting into like the stuck energy, if you're feeling stuck in this cycle, um, you have to first of all accept what is, right? Like, I had to accept what is. I have these shows, right? Like, I'm basically on for 2.5 to 3 hours a week. and how can I do it more creatively and more fun? That was the question. So if you have something going on, accept what is, and then ask yourself, what can I do about it? What can I do to improve this? What can I do to make this better? And what about this situation is creating clarity for me so I can become more, so I can create from a more joyful experience. It's very simple. These questions are very simple, but this is the thing. We don't ask ourselves these questions. We just keep beating ourselves up. We just keep complaining. We just keep putting out the same energy cycle, the same signal. And so we can't change it. Now, with the resonance doing this spike, dip, and this, elevation of the resonance field, we have the opportunity to up level with it. And that's the really good news. So this is how you navigate. If you are struggling, accepting where you are, asking what you can do about it, two really great things. Meditation. I've been meditating a lot. I've been doing 2 to 3 meditations a day, getting myself in that alpha state. You can use guided meditations. My favorite one right now is on YouTube. It's called the Alpha meditation. It's the Silva method. Love it. Absolutely love it. Gets me there every time. Resting, drinking lots of water. I think there is a world of us that are not drinking enough water. And people always ask me, I'm just looking for my water. It's too far for me to reach. People always ask me what I do to stay looking young. I'm 50 years old. Almost 51 actually. I'm happy. That's like one thing that I always share is I'm happy, and I drink lots of water. Like I always have my 40-ounce water on me, and I probably drink like 4 of those a day. So water is a big deal, you guys, because we are water. We are like the basis of us is water, and water is our cleansing tool. It will allow us to cleanse. If you're dehydrated, you will have brain fog, you will have headaches, you will be tired. There is so much linked to dehydration, even in a lot of the neural things that are going on with people, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all of that. Some of that is linked to dehydration. So you definitely want to be hydrating at a really, really healthy rate every single freaking day. And once you start hydrating, you can't live without it. I've probably been doing this for close to 25 years. I started drinking out of a water bottle, and I can't live without it. I get thirsty within 10 minutes. All right, so drinking lots of water, taking baths is really good. Self-care is really good. Being in nature. So this is one thing that I've done. So understanding that the Schumann resonance, the Earth's frequency, all of that stuff, it needs our participation. So walking in nature is one of the greatest things we can do. I had a walk on Saturday that was like life-changing. It was Saturday. Sun was shining. It has not been shining a lot here in California. So when it shines now, we have more capacity for joy for it. Took it for granted before, maybe? No, never. I've never done that. But my capacity for joy for it is really strong right now. And I just kept taking extremely deep breaths, and I was kind of wringing myself out as I was walking, and I was listening to beautiful music. Also listening to the birds. I love listening. I did that today. I actually did a quiet walk where I didn't have any music. So just listening to the birds. I had a poem come through. I took a beautiful picture. You can find that on my Facebook page, Live Life Goldyn, or Manifest Live Life Goldyn, or my private one, Goldyn Duffy, personal one. Just was like, wow, and really got myself into a high frequency with that walk. So walking, the other thing that walking does for you in nature, it restores you, right? Nature is our great restorer. And when you put yourself in that state of being in nature, it restores you back to your well-being, of remembering who you are, of remembering how beautiful this earth is and how precious life is. It really does a lot of things. It also helps you to move forward. So it moves stuck energy because you are walking forward. Just the intention of walking forward, it shifts your mind. It shifts that neural pathway to I'm moving forward. I'm not just sitting on the couch, complaining. I'm moving forward. It's also amazing for your body. It's absolutely amazing for your body. So all the stuckness I was feeling, the back pain, all of that started to dissipate because I started walking again. So walking is amazing. Meditate. I can't say enough about meditation. It really is the lifeline to higher states of consciousness and knowing who you are and being able to tune into your intuition. I'm going to do a show tomorrow on the Golden Hour about really amplifying that intuition to help decision making become easier. Deep breathing, the deep breathing from the diaphragm, like literally allowing your diaphragm to expand, opening up that heart, and then breathing all of the air out of your body, just letting it all go. We have a lot of stagnant air and we do a lot of shallow breathing. When we do the deep breathing stuff, it actually opens us up and it releases a lot of stagnant energy and tension. Setting intentions. Are we doing this? Are we setting intentions for our day? Are we setting intentions for our life? Are we setting intentions for the next moment? Are we setting intentions for our relationships or ourselves? What do we want to experience in life? You've got to gain some clarity. So writing is the strongest form of focus. You can write out some questions of like, what do I want to happen? What do I want to happen next? What do I want to feel every day? What do I want to experience every day? Those are great clarifiers. And then if you have experiences coming up or situations coming up and they're less than optimal, you can take some deep breaths and sit in a moment of silence and ask yourself, what do I really want to happen? When you do that, you send a signal to the universe to allow it to come back to you and be reflected. And now here's a cautionary advice. Don't get bogged down in these low vibrational systems right now. When things are not working out for you, stop, change, shift, wipe yourself off, put yourself in a deep state of relaxation and breathing. You can do this in just a few minutes of sitting in your car or standing in the sunshine. You can do this for yourself. Avoid low vibrational substances right now, alcohol, weed, all the low vibe stuff that you've been putting in your body, the sugars, the unhealthy foods, the processed foods, because that's just going to be something that you're going to have to deal with. And if you're already in a low vibrational state or the earth is in this, interesting time of energetic field, we want to have our greatest advantage right now. We want to be at the most beneficial place. And that would be saying, hey, I'm gonna stop right now. And that's one thing that I decided recently was just to stop putting alcohol in my body. About a month ago, I stopped doing the sugar thing. I was doing a lot of sugar. I was doing a lot of the gummy bears and the really yummy stuff like that, which is terrible for you. Yes. But what I've noticed is cutting that stuff out is like, I'm not craving it, especially if you're putting the right stuff in your body, the high vibrational foods, the fruits, the vegetables. I've been doing lots of smoothies. Just lots of clean food will actually help you to navigate this time better. If you are experiencing illness, I would highly suggest, I know there's some flu stuff going around, and obviously that's like a release. That's everybody releasing stuff. I mean, that's what our last few years have been about, is releasing low vibrational energy. If you are experiencing that, please let yourself rest. Please let yourself rest. And I would highly recommend that you get yourself some colloidal silver, COL. Here, I'll put it up on I can do this because I'm on my little StreamYard thing. Um, Colloidal silver is one of those things that is like, I feel like the best kept secret. So I'll put this up on the screen, and you can get this off of Amazon. I forget the brand that we use, silver something, but colloidal. Oop, here we go. Colloidal silver. This stuff is amazing. They have a throat spray. They have a nose spray. I would highly recommend, especially if you have something respiratory going on, that you vaporize it. You get a vaporizer, you put a teaspoon in, and you vaporize it like 4 times a day. It will kill any infection you have going on. So if you are experiencing respiratory, flu-like symptoms, those things, allow yourself to rest. And when you can, when you're feeling up to it, just write some clarity about what you're releasing, about what you're letting go, about what you need, to get out of your stuckness and get clear about the next step for you, the next chapter for you, and what that looks like. Trusting your inner guidance. So my whole show tomorrow on E360 TV or on my live channel on YouTube at noon Pacific, and it will be archived there. But my whole show tomorrow is going to be on connecting with that inner guidance and amplifying your intuition to help you to start creating and making decisions based on what you want to happen next instead of creating from default, which is basically like you're just letting life have its way with you and you're not having any say in it because you're just not totally clear or conscious about what signal you've been sending. So we need clarity of focus to understand what signal we've been sending and what signal we need to send. And that's part of activating from your intuition, is getting those downloads. I like to call them downloads of information that are going to show you the path. They're going to show you what comes next. I like to think of it as like a big grid, like when you're trying to figure out something and the grid starts to fill in with energy. So basically, you want to create something, you're feeling very strongly, you want to manifest something, and you start to think about it, right? In the beginning, when you're starting to think about manifesting, you're very much in like the house, like, how am I going to make this happen? There's a lot of mind stuff going on. There's a lot of that mind starts to kick up. It's giving you reasons why you can't. It's saying, how can we? It's like, really, and then it just creates all this confusion. If you can deep breathe, meditate, and then after you meditate, do some writing of clarity of what you want to actually happen. Let go of how things are going to manifest for you, because you can't even imagine what the universe has in store once you start to take steps forward. Once you start activating energy, you're going to see energy moving. And when you see energy moving, it's much easier to follow it than trying to beat it down, than trying to be desperate and make things happen. Spend more time doing what you love. We're not doing enough of this. I was talking to my husband this weekend and we had a great weekend. Oh my goodness, such a great weekend. We went to a wedding yesterday for my network president. Actually, I just met her a little while ago and she invited me to her wedding, and I felt pretty honored that she invited us. She doesn't really know us that well. We did not know a single soul coming into this wedding, like knew the bride, the groom, that's it. And I've spent a couple of times with her. I've only met her groom once, but this was such a cool story. I loved it so much, and it just gives me hope for love. So she I think she's like, okay, she's mid 40s, maybe late 40s. I can't remember her exact age, maybe 48. I don't want to make her older than she is. She's a beautiful woman. And her husband, now husband, same, he's in his late 40s. They both have never been married. And they both literally lived life not settling, basically knowing that this love existed. And in her vows yesterday, which was so beautiful, I started crying like as soon as I sat down, because she was so beautiful, this beautiful bride walking up. And I really love love. And they did this really cool thing where they took their rings and they passed them around to everyone there. It was a small wedding, and everyone did a little blessing and put their hands on the rings. And I thought that was so cool. And my husband and I held them together. And my blessing was that they would find the forever, that they would create the forever love that my husband and I have, and that it would just grow deeper and richer with time, which is what we've done. So in seeing these two people that were so in love and so meant to be together, it just gave me great hope for those of you out there that maybe have felt like love is escaping you. And one thing that she said in her vows was, I felt you coming. I felt you coming. I knew you were coming. I could feel it in the energy field. And I was like, that is so amazing. Now, you can't feel that love in the energy field if you don't believe it's possible. So she believed it's possible. She loved herself enough to believe that that love for her existed. And he literally calls her my love. He doesn't even call her by her name. And I think that's so awesome. They met right before COVID, which is crazy, like 3 years ago. And just to be part of this love story was so amazing and so beautiful. And we made great friends with people and we had a wonderful time. So in that, and I don't know why I had to share this, but it's for one of you, some of you out there that maybe have lost your belief in love, maybe have lost the belief that there is love out there for you. You have to beam the signal to it. Whenever we are looking to manifest something, especially something as big as a partner, someone, or, those things that are really significant in your life. Money, right? Yeah, we put a lot of significance on money, of course. Partner, amazing career, fulfilling projects, all these things that you're looking to manifest in your life, that signal is coming from you. So you have to get really honest about the way you feel about it and the way you want to feel about it. Because if you feel about it right now that it's not possible, that there's no one out there, that I've looked, that I've been through tons of people, they just keep hurting me, I'm closing my heart down, you can't possibly manifest the love that you are really, truly, your heart is truly calling you to. So you got to shift that. You got to release that. That's a low vibe energy field. You got to do some breathing exercises. You got to say, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be addicted to that story anymore, because that story just gives me the excuse to be alone. That story just gives me the permission to keep my heart closed. If you really want to manifest the love, you got to believe it's going to be there for you, and you have to love yourself first. You got to find that wholeness within and trust the energy field to lead you to the manifestation of that love. And that is with anything you are looking to manifest, especially those things that it's been years and you're like, where's my stuff and why hasn't this happened yet? It's all because your conduction and the signal you're sending does not match the frequency of that manifestation. So how do you gain more clarity on what that frequency is? How do you feel more in love with life? How do you feel more abundant in life? Those things, those energies are connected. So whatever you're looking to manifest, ask yourself what the feeling is that is in correlation or resonance or correspondence with that manifestation. How would I feel if that had already manifested? Who would I be if that is already manifested? Ask yourself what that feeling is. Oh, I would feel free. I would feel abundant. I would feel passion. I would feel fulfillment. I would feel like I matter, right? All those things are there for you. They're right there, ripe and ready to manifest with just a shift in your energy field, just a millimeter shift in the way that you've been feeling and what you truly believe you are worthy of. Listen, we are all worthy of these things and we all have the power to manifest them. It's just knowing the exact fine tuning process and then watching as the energy field unfolds for you. And I'm going to get more into that tomorrow, I promise, on my next show, The Golden Hour. I'm going to help you to just watch that energy field to make decision making much easier for you, and making decisions that support your manifestation and do no longer driving the frequencies of that poverty, that not feeling loved, feeling unlovable, tension, stress, worry, all those things. They no longer need to be part of your experience. You have a choice. In every single moment, we have a choice. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to create the life that you love, or are you going to continue the cycle of this low vibe thinking and feeling? It's totally up to you, but you're here. So that tells me that you're ready for more. That tells me that you're ready to get into the higher frequencies. So I gave you guys the tips, the tricks, the tools. The reality is we need to chill out. We need to chill out. We need to stop taking this thing so seriously. We need to laugh more. We need to love more. We need to be more lighthearted. We need to have more fun. We need to listen to beautiful music. We need to be more in nature. We need to take our power back. We need to drink more water. We need to be in the water more. If you can go to the ocean or swim in a lake or put yourself in a bath, we need to be part of the energies that are going to allow us to relax and feel less tension and feel more love and create the world that we are so, 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 so worthy of. All right. I didn't really share too many of my things today, but if you are interested, you can go to my website, livelifegolden.com, or that's my email. Here's the meditation that will help to teach you meditation. My 2 books are Mindful Manifestation Secrets. You will love this. It's on Amazon. It is the basis of manifestation. And that's our story from moving from Connecticut to California. So there's cool manifestation stories in it. There's pictures of my family, and there is the exact scientific and spiritual process to manifesting. My Mindful Manifestation Secrets Daily Guide and Journal. Now, these are both on Amazon. You kind of have to put in the whole thing plus my name to find it. This is 100 pages of a guide, a daily guide that you can follow every day with writing prompts and a journal. So it will help you to clarify what you are looking to manifest. And both of those books, if you do read them and you can give me a review, that would be amazing. Check out my YouTube channel. If you are not listening or watching on the YouTube channel, you can watch this. There is a video at Manifest to Live Life Goldyn. I don't think I have that on here. Something to add. But like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm looking to grow that baby. There's going to be a lot of new things coming. Oh my goodness. I've got some live events coming up. It looks like it's going to be the end of September, possibly beginning of October. I'm just finalizing my plan in the room, and it looks like it's going to be in Vegas. So if you are interested in growing with me, we've got a very intense experience that we're going to be launching that's going to help you in manifesting the life you truly deserve. Now, one of the hugest things when you come to a live event is being in the energy field and transcending with those in that higher frequency. So you're going to transcend with me. You're going to transcend with who I have some amazing people with me, and we're going to experience alchemy at its deepest level. We're going to actually change the energy field in the room so that when you leave this event, you're going to be in such a high frequency that you're going to be navigating life from a new place. And that is super exciting. That, to me, alchemy is one of those things, like, if you can realize that you are an alchemist, you can change the energy field and create exactly what you want, more than you could even imagine. Because once you start to get into these higher frequencies and you start to spend more time there, your life just starts to unfold in amazing, amazing things. So I hope you're navigating this energy field in the most productive way possible, giving yourself time to heal, for self-care. And you're realizing that this is part of the game, the ebbs and flows of the game that allow you to become more, that allow you to create more desires, and allow you to be a powerful manifester in this thing that we call life. I love you all. Peace.